everyone. Oh, there's a lot of you here. First, I would like to say welcome and thank each of you for being here today. I feel so blessed and grateful for the community of friends that God has given me. He has provided me with wonderful and encouraging friendships, and I truly treasure each one. He has also provided me with a truly incredible family. I love my family so much. We are each other's best friends and love doing pretty much anything together. My family has been my biggest support system and cheering squad. They're always there, and ready or not, they pretty much always listen to my verbal debriefs after each day. I have 6 fantastic siblings, a beautiful sister-in-law, an awesome brother-in-law, 2 amazing parents, 3 beautiful nieces, 1 handsome nephew, and 2 wonderful grandparents. I like adjectives, in case you couldn't tell. I am 5th from the top in the sibling lineup. My parents chose to homeschool my siblings and I K through 12. What an amazing journey. Through homeschooling, my parents have given me opportunities to try so many different things. Some of these being horseback riding, soccer, volleyball, geography club, 4-H, a trip to China, and just lots of fun time at home. I had a slight obsession with climbing trees and rollerblading and playing dress up when I was a kid. I spent much of my time outside. I did learn many academic skills, believe it or not. But I also have learned, and I'm still learning, many practical life skills. A few of these include how to plant an apple tree, how to eviscerate a chicken, we were in the meat chicken business for a while, how to ride a horse, what to do if you should encounter a rattlesnake, and so on. As you can probably tell, I have grown up on a farm. Personally, I think my mom is a superstar for homeschooling all of us, and I'm so thankful that she did. I wouldn't trade these years for anything. Little tip to all of you homeschool kids, if you ever see your mom talking to herself, don't worry, she's only in a parent-teacher conference. Had to throw that in there. Okay, now for Mom and Dad. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I know my life started out pretty tenuous, but you guys never gave up. Even though the doctors told you something different, you believed that God was going to save me, and He did. Thank you for homeschooling me and giving me so many opportunities to try new things. Thank you for teaching me about Jesus and the Bible and always encouraging me in my walk with God. Thank you for always supporting me and believing in me. Thank you for teaching me to be discerning and aware of those around me. Thank you for always praying with me and for me. I am so grateful and proud to be called the daughter of Jeff and Lisa Dickinson. I love you both an overwhelming amount. I also want to thank my grandparents, Grammy and Granddaddy. I am so thankful for the joy of being your next door neighbor my entire life. Where you guys are, there you are. Thank you for constantly loving, supporting, and encouraging me throughout my lifetime. I love you too so much. Finally, I want to thank Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. He has been with me every step of my life. Even if I couldn't feel it sometimes, I can look back now and see the things that He was doing during those hard times. I feel so honored that He chose me to be His child and that He chose to spare my life. I can't wait to see where He is going to lead me next in this crazy journey. Thank you again for being here. Congratulations, class of 2019.
I'm so proud of you. You've spent lots and lots of hours studying and reading and writing papers and learning math facts that were kind of hard for you, but you were diligent, and I'm convinced that anything that you want to learn in the years to come and that the Lord leads you into, you can learn. You can do it. But the most important thing about Liberty that I love is your heart for the Lord. For Jeff and I, the journey of that God brought us on initially years ago when Andrew was 6 to homeschool our children was unknown at that time. And every year there have been surprises for us, but the one constant that's always been has been the Lord and His faithfulness and the life and the truth and the promises from His Word. Liberty has always had a deep sense of awareness of who the Lord is. And there's one memory about Liberty that really stands out in my mind, and I think it kind of illustrates and cradles who she is. When Liberty was 4 years old, it had been raining the night before. It was actually a month before she turned 4. And it wasn't raining anymore when we got up that morning, but it was still misty and cold. And Libs and I were in our bedroom, and we walked out our slider door to look down at our horses because there was kind of a noise going on out there. And all of a sudden, Liberty went, "Oh, Mommy, that smells just like God." And I thought, that's kind of unusual, so I questioned her and I said, "What do you mean?" And she said, "Oh, well, when God and I were together in the garden." And I don't understand all the ways of God, but I know that He's faithful, and I know that He answers prayers. And Liberty's life began very, very uncertain. She was perfectly fine when she went into heart failure at home at 8 days old, and it turned out that she had a very serious heart defect. So for the next weeks, her life really literally hung in the balance, and I couldn't hold her, I couldn't nurse her, I couldn't do anything but every now and then reach my hands in and touch her, and Jeff and I got to be right with her 24 hours a day, but that was hard on a mama's heart. And so I just prayed, and I said, "Lord, You're the only one that can be with her, and would You, through Your Spirit, walk with her, comfort her." And I have no idea, I won't know until I can ask the Lord in heaven what Libs meant by that comment, except that I do believe that God He was with her at that time when we couldn't be normal, and He's with her now, and He will continue, just like He will be for each of you grads and for every single person that loves Him, follows Him, walks with Him, and He wants that with everybody. So anyway, I'm so thankful for the sense of identity that you have, that you are exactly who Jesus says you are. And I know He has great, exciting things, and I don't think you'll always know what they are ahead of time. But Isaiah 30:21 says, you'll hear a voice behind you, and you'll walk in it, and it will tell you to turn to the right or to the left.
So Liv's our 5th graduate, and I was thinking when I was writing out what I wanted to say, why I don't just have this in a canned speech with a spot that says enter graduate name here. But each ones are unique and different, and so unfortunately I can't get away with that. However, I did write 2 speeches, and so I'm going to actually read 1, not 2. Sorry for my preparation. Words to describe Liberty. Liberty loves adjectives, as you probably know, in her speech. And so I thought I would just key in on that this time for those who don't know Lib real well. And for those who do, maybe you can resonate with some of these words. Goofy. That's the first word that came to mind when I was thinking about Lib, is goofy. Not in an imbecile way, but just in an endearing way. Enthusiastic. Loyal, authentic, joyful, optimist, thoughtful, family. Lib loves her family, and she's mentioned that in her own speech. She loves people. And I was thinking, I got this image in my mind. Our family was watching Bear Grylls for a short while, and one of the things he used to do is they'd take a helicopter and drop him in the middle of nowhere, and he'd have to survive. And I was thinking, if Liberty were in a helicopter dropped among a group of people she didn't know, within 30 minutes she'd have half of them as best friends and the other half she'd know on a first name basis. And that's just her survival skills. She knows how to connect with people, and people know how to connect with her. And she's definitely very much a people person. Austin added in the word messy, because I guess he didn't want her to get too lofty in her ideas, but being her roommate, he thought that would be a good one to be in. All this packages a young woman who is both beautiful on the outside and inside, and it is who we all know to be Lib. God brought you to this world in a somewhat tumultuous way, but your life is like a spring day most of the time. You light up a room, you put smiles on those around you just by being who God has made you. Congratulations, Lib, on a job well done. Keep smiling, and thank you for keeping us all smiling.